Hello! Some of you were saying I should look at the comments in my profile, which I admit I'm bad about not doing. It turns out that some of you have been wanting me to do a Q&A, so why not? Ask me whatever you want about whatever in the comments of this video. Thumb up the ones you like and thumb down the ones you don't. I'll pick my favorite among the high scorers, as many as I can fit into a 10-minute video, and answer them. Well, as it turns out, there are some questions already in the comments, so let's take on some of those right now. When are more episodes of Bogosity going to be posted? Right now I'm working on a DVD of the first 6 episodes. I'm not just throwing them on a DVD like I did with my How Evolution is Scientific series. This DVD is going to have commentaries, subtitles, deleted scenes, loads of extras. It's even going to be bilingual, so if you're a German speaker, you'll have menus and subtitles in your own language. And if anyone can translate into any other languages like Spanish, let me know. Also, if you know anything about how I can easily sell these online, let me know. It'll still be Creative Commons and I'll still release it through BitTorrent, but I'd like to give people the option of purchasing one. And it'd be best if it works the way Cafe Press does. Cafe Press doesn't do DVDs, but if I could upload the ISO and the artwork and then sales would go from the site, let me know if you know of anything like that. I'd also like to be able to allow nonprofit organizations to be able to sell some at a profit as a fundraiser, let them have it at cost or whatever. So if you know of anything like that, let me know. So to answer the question, the new episodes of Bogosity are going to have to wait until the DVD comes out. I also might do high definition versions of episodes 7 through 9 in preparation for episodes 10 through 12. Now this is way subject to change, but for right now it looks like the new episodes will be on homeopathy, the immorality of Darwinism, and the global warming controversy. And if you've got any ideas for future Bogosity episodes, just go to the forums at bogosity.tv and post your idea there. Just remember, it's mostly about the videos I can find supporting and debunking it. Are you pro or anti-gun? Well, are you pro or anti-hammer? It's kind of a stupid question. A gun is a thing. It's a tool. It's all about how you use it. I'm pro-hammer when it comes to banging in nails. I'm against it when it's used to bash in someone's head. But if you use it to stop someone from bashing in someone's head, then that's a good thing. I'm all for saving the life of an innocent person. And you can probably work out my position on guns from there. Are there really aliens? This is a loaded question. The way it's worded, it means, are there life forms out there in the universe other than what's here on Earth? Well, there's no real evidence one way or the other, but just based on the probabilities, with something like 70 sextillion stars out there, I think the more extraordinary claim would be that we're the only ones. But usually this question is meant to ask, are UFOs really aliens visiting us? And there the evidence is so lacking, given the amount you'd have to go through to support it, that as much as the science fiction geek in me would love it to be true, there's just no reason to think so. Now, if someone tells you they saw a UFO, what does that mean? Nothing. I've seen UFOs. A UFO is an unidentified flying object. What does that mean? It means that you don't know what it was. So if you've ever looked up into the sky, saw something there, and didn't know what it was, congratulations, you've seen a UFO. So in a situation like that, take the advice of Neil deGrasse Tyson and remember what the U stands for. Could you do a video on the death penalty sometime? Not until I feel I can top the one Penn and Teller did. They said everything I would want to say and stated it elegantly and humorously. If I can think of some unique aspect of the death penalty to cover, I'll do one. Until then, just remember, you're talking about killing a human being! Are there any books on economic history and theory you could recommend? Well, of course, there's Henry Hazlitt's Economics in One Lesson, which I've mentioned before, and there's a link to the free edition in the video description. I'd also recommend Free to Choose by Milton and Rose Friedman. Of course, Adam Smith's Wealth of Nations is good for a historical perspective. There's also Frederick Bastiat's essay, That Which is Seen and That Which is Not Seen, link in the video description, from which we get the broken window fallacy, although Hazlitt covered that in his own book too. And of course, I have to include Ludwig von Mises's Human Action. But if you really want a good knock your socks off, turn on the light bulb economics essay that should really help bring it home for you, I heartily recommend Leonard Read's essay, I Pencil. The link's in the video description. Go read it. I'll tease it for you. It's told from the point of view of a pencil who has a very strange thing to say, and it is this: no one in the world knows how to make me. Go read. What is your opinion of Barry Goldwater? Well, I wouldn't say he's my example of a perfect libertarian. If anyone fit that goal, it'd be Harry Brown. But he said a lot of really worthwhile things, such as extremism in the defense of liberty is no vice. Moderation in the pursuit of justice is no virtue. A government that's big enough to give you everything you want is big enough to take away everything you have. Equality, rightly understood as our founding fathers understood it, leads to liberty and the emancipation of creative differences. Wrongly understood, as it has been so tragically in our time, it leads first to conformity and then to despotism. It's wonderful that we have so many religious people in our party, but they need to leave their theologies in their churches. Every good Christian ought to kick Jerry Falwell right in the ass. The rights that we have under the Constitution covers everything we want to do, as long as it's not harmful. I can't see any way in the world that being gay can cause damage to somebody else. Everyone knows that gays have served honorably in the military since at least the time of Julius Caesar. You don't have to be straight to be in the military, you just have to be able to shoot straight. How can you not have a high opinion of the guy? Do you agree with the Austrian economists about the need for sound money and the gold standard, or do you lean toward Milton Friedman's monetary policies? Definitely the Austrians. See my video on inflation for more. Well, that seems to do it for now. Post your questions, rate everyone else's questions, and I'll see you later with the answers.